Welcome back to Coco's Conversations. And today on this, it's a Sunday afternoon. We went to church and Journee decided she wanted to talk about moving. So we just kind of jumped into this thing, making our videos and talking about just different topics that were going on as we experienced them. But she brought up something very important as to we hadn't really made a video as to how we got to this point. So how did we get here? I want to say 2022 was a rough year for us, and prior to that, in 2019, I had met someone. We had been dating long distance. Then COVID came in 2020, and that hindered our connection a little bit, but we were serious in what we were trying to do, and that was be together. So we still flew to see one another and were able to maintain our relationship throughout COVID. I came to learn some things during COVID that really affected me in a way that caused me to grow and to realize that I was in control of my own life, and to kind of take the things that I had been brought up to believe and to apply it into my life as it was unfolding. And I want to say going into 22, we had begun to look for a house. I had decided that I was going to relocate, that we were going to move. He was from Philadelphia, me being from Detroit. I was open to the idea of experiencing new environments. So during COVID and trying to find a home, it was very tumultuous. We experienced a lot of roadblocks, but we didn't let that stop us. We just, tried to pace ourselves. And within my own life and within my daughter's life, that in our home in Detroit, she was a part of the organization, Detroit Youth Choir, and that was one of the hardest decisions that I had to make just as a mom, because I had seen her thrive so, beyond what I could even imagine, and seeing her come out of a shell and just develop in ways that it was amazing to me as a mom to watch. So I really struggled with the fact of, wow, if we move, will I be taking something from her that she can't get back, that she'll hate me for? But ultimately, I came to the conclusion that she had grown so much within this organization and just blossomed and really found what made her come alive. I felt like she would be able to take that anywhere in the world. And sometimes when we give our all to a job, an organization, a team, sometimes we kind of forget our individual goals and power and things that that we're able to shape and mold within ourselves to excel. So I made the decision to relocate. After 22, our grandfather passed, and that was the other thing that was really keeping me in the city. And when he did pass, it felt like it was okay to go on with our life and what the new chapter had to offer. So I had to move to the car. Started raining. No, it's not raining, but here we are. But I was saying that after my grandfather passed, I felt like it was okay for us to move on with the next chapter of our life. And I just started to really hone in on what I wanted, and as far as what a family for me looked like. I've always cherished and loved the family I come from, but I knew it was more important for me to focus on the family I was trying to create. And that just didn't involve creating it in Detroit. So I just really talked to Journee about the plans that I have for us and asked her to trust me in the process of moving and just starting our life and experiences that we hadn't before, moving in a way that we hadn't before, trusting ourselves and our abilities in a way we hadn't before. And I think it's been working out really well. What do you think, Journee?
I think it's been working out well as well. I mean, I don't think, yes, things could have went a different way when we moved, but I feel like how we are as people, as mother and daughter, like, it was no choice but to work out. Like, it wouldn't, if it would have went wrong, of course we can always go home, but it's like, we wouldn't have let it go wrong, if that makes sense. So, there are a lot of things that I miss about being home. A lot of times where I wish I could just be at home. A lot of opportunities I feel like I didn't get to take part in with the choir and different things at my old school, and just a lot of things like that. But I also feel like, in addition to that, there are a lot of opportunities here that I've gotten that I wouldn't have got if I was still in the city. So it's like win-win, lose-lose, but more of a win-win. Yeah, there's just been a lot of great things since we've been in Jersey. A part of the world, I had never been to Jersey before we moved, and I've been a lot of places, but Jersey was not one of them. So it's like, now I get to add another place that I've lived. I want to go out of state for college, so I have like a head start on being moved without, I won't say without a warning, because I knew we were leaving, but I didn't really believe we were leaving.
That's what I was gonna ask you, Jern. Like, because when I explained that I had met my boyfriend in 2019, 2020, COVID hit. So the amount of time in which we were spending together, like flying back and forth, had kind of, it didn't come to a halt or anything. It just kind of slowed down a bit. But during that time, I think Journee kind of felt like, oh, well, maybe this will...
I was hoping we wasn't leaving.
Yeah, she was hoping we wasn't leaving. But I'm kind of set on things. Once I make my mind up, I'm really feeling like I'm disappointing myself, like, if it don't happen. I remember even telling her at one point, like, you know what? Even if it don't work out,
we still going somewhere else.
With me and this guy, like, we still moving. And she kind of looked at me like, but that's just how determined I was. Because a lot of things that happened, and I felt like, wow, I owe it to myself to see, like, what else is out there. I owe it to my daughter to show her, like, it's a lot of world out there. This is just like the tip of the iceberg, and she's been traveling and things like that, but to actually grow somewhere that you've been planted, like, I'm not gonna say she didn't have a choice, but she kind of didn't have a choice. So I was just really praying to God that this does not go south, and I thank him every day that we've been able to thrive. When I moved, I didn't know where I was gonna work. I totally just left my job and just was
We don't know nobody out here.
We don't know nobody. I only knew my boyfriend and his mom, the kids. I was just hoping that, you know, everybody jailed. And I think that we have all worked out so well because it was a conscious effort that, you know, we both wanted, and we wanted things to organically evolve, nothing forced. And every time like, sometimes you might catch me just staring at you or whatever, or just staring at the interaction she have with her stepsisters. Like, they sleep in the bed together, they go to school together, they eat meals together. Like, that's just something that I always wanted growing up. Like, I have older siblings and some siblings that I found out about later on in my adult life, that by the grace of God, we communicate often, we are getting to know each other, we are visiting each other, we've been on a vacation together. So I really and that was a big part of me moving too, because I was like, wow, these things are being revealed to me in my adult life. I need to get out here and start making some plans for my family and what I want my daughter to experience. Like, my boyfriend had other kids, girls, and I'm like, if this really works out well, she could grow up with like some sisters, something that I didn't grow up in the home with my sisters. So I really, when I see that happening, I just feel like, thank you, God. Like, she has somebody to lean on. Like, you know, those of you that have sisters or brothers, siblings, you know what it means to be able to say, you know, my sister got me. And she has older siblings as well, but she didn't grow up in the house with them like me. So you know, there's a disconnect until you connect, if that makes sense. And this chapter of our lives, I've just really been trying to make a conscious effort in connection by any means necessary. Things have not been all sugar and roses in this move. We came here, my cousin had a truck and a trailer. I loaded all our stuff up on that trailer, in that truck, and we drove down here. And it was like, here we are. It's gonna make or break. And I really feel like it's been making. So just wanted to share that with you all, a little of our backstory as to how we transitioned from, is that the right word, transition? Or
yeah,
okay, transition from Detroit to Jersey, and just what we're going through right now, have been through, and will go through. So, anything to add, Jay?
nah, that's it.
Thank y'all. Bye.